Yes, very good, Alan. Yeah, very good, sir. Yes. Yes.
HelpLink, the Boiler People, proud sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Hello again, still to come. She's the Queen of Taupe and proud of it, taking time out from the den. Kelly Hopkins here. Plus, later, the AT medical team are tackling allergies and intolerances. But first, the next time you drink a cappuccino, you may want to think about the science behind its frothy blend. Apparently, it's all to do with a thing called air pressure. Here to tell us more and, of course, make the scientific explanations far more fun than your physics lessons ever were, please welcome science guru Stephen Gates. Stephen!
This is the stuff.
Frothy coffee.
So we're going to look at the frothy... Now, I was lying in bed thinking about coffee, which I often do, and...
Sad.
This is how I live. And I was thinking, now, hang on. We think that bubbles in milk are made by steam coming out of here, plunging into the milk, and leaving behind a little bubble. Yep. Now, that's actually not the case. There's actually some fascinating science behind how this works. So it's not the steam, because as soon as the steam gets into the milk, it turns back into water. It doesn't leave any gas behind. Right. What it's doing is it's creating low pressure, OK? And this is some extraordinary fluid dynamics called the Bernoulli principle.
Sorry, I've just gone to sleep.
I know, but stick with me because you need to do some stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
You want to know about fluid dynamics, you just come here.
It gets better, it gets better. So, OK, so we're talking about low pressure. So something moving fast creates low pressure around it. So what I'd like you to do is make a kissing noise. Go like that. Pathetic. All right, let's hand this over to the audience. So imagine that you have either Alfie or Alan in your arms. You don't need to put up your paddle yet. And make a big kiss. Now go. Everyone make the kissing noise, please. You're right on the back, come on! No tongue. OK, right, stop. OK.
Guinness Book of Records for the biggest smacker ever done.
Biggest snort, OK. So what you've done there is you've created low pressure inside your mouth, and that low pressure draws the higher pressure air outside it towards you. So it's basically a sucking motion.
So go up to your other half in the morning and say, I just want to create a bit of low pressure.
And you're in. OK, so now this we can use to basically plunge into the water and drag air in with it. That's the Bernoulli principle in some way. Now, to try... I know that you're falling asleep now.
I'm sorry.
So stick with me. Keep on. So I want to show you this in a slightly more sort of extravagant way. We can do competition. Pay attention, though, for crying out loud. Now, what I'd like you to do, Alan, if you take this black bag here, I'd like you to blow the bag up, OK? There you go. You can grab that one. Alfie... oh, hold on. Wait. It's a competition.
I'm
cheating.
He's got bigger lungs than me.
Alfie, you've got bigger lungs. I mean, clearly, that's your bag. So you can give him a bit of a head start, OK? And I might give you a little tip. All right, you ready?
Yes.
OK? 3, 2, 1, go. OK, all you need to do is hold the bag out open and blow into it. There you go. Hold it open, and one big whopping great blow. Go on. OK, and stop there. Stop! Before you go. So there you go. In one blow, you've probably done about twice as much as Alan. OK. Now, it's not because you're rubbish. You're a bit rubbish, but it's not because you're rubbish. It's because of the Bernoulli principle. So what you did was you blew some air, and there was that little jet of air coming through out of your mouth, and there was other air is dragged towards it because of the sort of sucking effect. Now, I thought... We didn't practice this earlier on, but I thought maybe we could try... Because you've got some serious lungs on you, haven't you? Okay. I mean, that's your bag. So what you should be able to do is be able to blow up, like, upwards, and I should be able to put the ping-pong ball into the flow of air. Okay. And it should stay there. OK, so you straight up like that. OK, you ready? I've been told you're good.
I've got you.
I've been told you're good. Right. You ready?
Got you.
1, 2, 3, blow!
Sorry, and again. Let's do it again.
No, stop. I'm disappointed in you.
That was pathetic.
I don't know how hard I had to do it.
All right, OK. So I think that's too tricky. Right, back to the science.
Yes.
Getting me distracted again. Right, now,
So what we're going to do... I feel like a failure. I want to do that again.
Well, in many ways you are, but you've got a career out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you... This is a tool that will do the same thing, OK? So that is your Alfie Bo's lungs there. And these are some little streamers which basically show you that they're being dragged in, they're being sucked into the airflow by the Bernoulli effect.
Sucking it in.
What we can do is we can put a ball into that flow of air, and you can see that it sort of wriggles around it. And because the air is fastest in the middle, the suction is most in the middle, and it will stay there. So you hold that. You should be able to bend it over to the side of it. A little bit further. And it's basically fighting. There's the Bernoulli principle, the Coanda effect, there's the Magnus effect, all sorts going on. And then we've got Newton's law. Anyway, I know you've got short attention span, so let's move on from that. I'm dealing with here. OK, so what we're going to do... I know that it still seems a bit obscure. It's true, isn't it? It is a bit obscure. But we're going to use this idea of the Bernoulli principle and we're going to blow it up onto a big scale.
Right.
OK? And we're going to turn it into a game. This is aerial golf. Oh. OK? What I've got for you is some Bernoulli bazookas. So, Alan, if you come over to here to this one...
Yes.
OK?
Right, yes.
You are... I've spent hours doing this on the computer at home. That's your Wing Commander Titchmarsh.
Oh, I like Wing Commander Titchmarsh.
Alfie, you are Squadron Leader Bo.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now, your assistant
Not that
is
I'm
Chris.
pulling rank.
Exactly. So, now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to do it first.
Right,
OK, so, Alan, if you just...
You
just
borrow
hold that a
mine.
second.
Yeah, OK.
So, we're going to find the airflow and we're going to throw the ball into the flow of air. OK, right, here we go. OK, once it's in the flow of air, I'm going to come here. Yes!
So the idea is we have to get it through the hoop.
That's right, but and imagining that you're making a coffee at the same time, obviously, because that brings us
and
back
we're
to
in
the
competition here. Timey, you go first, and then I'll follow. OK. So, OK. See how long it takes you to get it through the hoop. Right.
This is rubbish.
OK. Now,
Alan, this is a gardening tool. I would expect you to be better at this, OK?
better with a leaf blower than an opera singer.
It's a disaster.
I was robbed, Oh dear. So neither of us got it through, really, did we? So we failed. I would have got that.
You would have done, man. That's
I
good.
thought he was such a nice man till today. Make sure an adult is around if you're trying this experiment with a hairdryer, and please don't try it at home. Goodness me. My thanks to Stephen Gates, Chris, and Alfie both. Thank you very much. Oh God. Now, if you're comfortable in what you're wearing, then surely that's all that matters. Well, not according to recent reports that say some women dress purely to please their men. They think their view matters more than anyone else's, including their own. So, to the subject of today's Ding Dong, should you dress to please your man? Journalist Natasha Devon believes that if we dress for our man, we're not representing ourselves, but the man we are with. But presenter Zoe Hardman thinks that if the opposite sex finds you attractive, then you feel good. Well, I feel a ding-dong coming on. So, without further ado, let battle commence.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to use the F word. Feminism. I think this is an issue of equality because our sense of style, our personal style, is such an important part of who we are and our identity. And if we hand that over to the man in our lives, then how is that the basis for a healthy relationship?
Feminism has nothing to do with looking good for our man. If we're a single girl and we walk into a bar and we're looking the best we can, maybe a bit of leather trouser, a red lip, and someone finds us attractive...
Steady.
Yeah, I know. Alan finds us attractive.
Fine.
You feel empowered because you can choose from every single man in that room, and then you can wow them with your brain once they've come over to you. I don't think there's absolutely...
Well, you've actually got it absolutely the right way round, because if you are walking into a bar with your leather trouser and your red lip, you're doing it because that's your sense of style. And then you attract the man who also thinks that that's attractive. We don't want to be a watered-down version, do we, ladies, of our man's fantasy? We want our men to worship us for our fabulous selves, surely.
No, but we're all fabulous, but it doesn't mean, you know, putting on a sexy pair of lingerie or, you know, a bit of a bounce in our hair because our husband or partner or boyfriend fancies us. I think that's absolutely fine. And I will challenge any woman in here, if they're in a marriage and they walk down the stairs and their husband doesn't say, wow, you look fantastic, I would say every woman in here would think, oh, I wish I'd made more of an effort.
Let me to Kelly come in on this. I mean, where do you stand?
Well, I'm sort of in between, because I agree that you should dress to make yourself feel confident. That's number one. I'm not saying that I wouldn't make an effort and wear sexy lingerie for my partner on occasions, but generally every single day of my life, I dress for the way I feel comfortable, and if my man loves me enough, he's going to love me for the way that I feel comfortable.
Of course, you want your man to love you for who you are, but you also want him to have the wow factor, because...
If you come from that perspective, ultimately, if we all dress for our men, we'd all be wearing lingerie and PVC boots 7 days a week, and that's just not practical.
That's the misconception. That is the misconception, that all men want us to have a low cut and a short skirt. That's the misconception. Men want us to look the best that we can. You have got phenomenal legs. You're wearing a short skirt.
Thank
why?
you, Zoe.
But why?
Because
you know men are going to look at you.
No, I have no interest whether the men in here look at... I'd be much more complimented if one of the women in the audience today told me she thought I looked
But
fabulous.
that's exactly the
Means
same.
much more.
Can I just start to bring the doctor in on this? Dr. Anita, where do you stand with this?
I'm all for the wow factor.
Thank you.
You want to look attractive to men?
I think so, yeah.
Lucy?
Oh. I can't say I dress to make myself more attractive on a daily basis, but I'm not averse to...
The two are not mutually exclusive, are they?
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive, but I think it's the order that you do it in. I think we dress for ourselves first and foremost, and then we attract the right man into our lives who is attracted to our sense of style.
Look, this is exactly the same as cooking a meal. Presentation is the key. You and everything else taste better when it looks good. Yes. That's what we're talking about.
That's a nice line.
It is, but I'm not saying
You
that
can't
we
tell
should...
me you're going out thinking, I really want to look like a heap of rubbish today. I'm just going to go out looking absolute grot.
I'm not trying to argue that we should all just wear a sack and go blur until we die. What I'm saying is that there's only one person's opinion that really matters about how you look, and that is yourself.
But surely, it's a lovely moment when somebody fancies you and says, "God, blimey, you look a bit all right."
Thank you very much.
You really do!
Oh, that's make my day. She was looking right at me. I don't care she didn't mean it. We've heard what our guests have had to say, but we want to know your thoughts. Have your say on our Facebook page or by emailing alan@itv.com. Plus, at the end of the show, we'll be asking our lovely studio audience for their votes, including the man who was clapping loudly during all of it, saying, "Look, there he goes again." My thanks for now to Natasha and Zoe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I dress like this just for you. Stay where you are, because after the break, our resident medical team will be talking allergies and intolerances. Plus, we have a dragon in the studio. Yes, Kelly Hoppen's here, but not breathing fire. See you in a few minutes.
Helplink, the Boiler People, proud sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.